Hi, it's Dave Lowry, head coach of Calgary Hitmen. You're watching WHL Web TV.
Welcome to WHL Web TV One-on-One. Today we're joined with Regina Pats forward Jordan Eberle. First, Jordan, we're just going to flash back a few months to June when you're selected in the first round of the NHL entry draft by the Edmonton Oilers. Then later attended your first pro training camp in Edmonton. Just touch on what those experiences have meant to you.
Well, I mean, growing up in Canada and Saskatchewan, I mean, we don't have an NHL team to cheer for, so I mean, you gotta get your pick to any team, and you know, mine was the Oilers. And going into the draft, the number 22 pick was kind of where I was rated, and you know, I was kind of hoping to go there just because the Oilers had it, and I was lucky enough to be chosen. And you know, once I went to camp, it was a great experience. You know, I got to play in a couple exhibition games, and you know, the fans are unbelievable, and you know, the guys, the young talent that they have right now, and I mean, you learn a lot going to your first pro camp, whether it's, you know, how fast the game is up there and how quick you have to think, or you know, how strong the guys are, and you know, that's some of the things that I mean, you have to work on to try and get up to that level.
Now, you just recently returned from the 2009 World Junior Championships and played a very pivotal role in capturing Canada's 5th straight gold medal. Now, just talk to us a little bit about the overall experience of playing in that tournament and playing in front of, you know, up to 20,000, you know, ramped up Canadian fans.
Yeah, I mean, every kid watches the World Juniors growing up, and it's obviously a big part of Canadian hockey. And you know, for me, to have my first World Juniors in Canada in Ottawa, it was a pretty awesome experience. You know, the fans are, like you said, were unbelievable. They just they didn't stop cheering the whole games, and it was just, like I said, words can't describe it. And I mean, all the adversity that we went through there, whether it was a Russia game or the U.S. game, and you know, finally coming together in the Sweden game, we just you know, it was just a great way to top it off with the gold medal.
Now, you without a doubt scored one of the, you know, biggest Team Canada goals in the history of Team Canada at all levels. Just run us through that goal in your eyes, from like you know, Ellis keeping it at the blue line, and how it panned out after that.
Yeah, well, you know, as a hockey player, you gotta pass around the credit, and you know, you don't, as the play's going on, you're just trying to get in position. But I mean, you go back and watch it, and you know, the play that, like you said, Ellis made to keep that in, you know, basically chipping it by 2 guys on him, and you know, Johnny throwing it at the net, and even little things like Hodgson, he lifted a guy's stick to get the puck over, and I mean, the guy mishandling it, and you know, I was just kind of the lucky one to put it away. And you know, at that time, you don't really realize how much time's on the clock until you look up, and you know, at that point, we were kind of shocked. So
yeah. Now, of course, you brought that stick back to Regina, and we heard this from Pat's staff that you continued playing with it for quite a while, and probably a lot longer than you should have. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, you know what? You know, I just figured. I mean, it was a stick. I don't really look too much into memorabilia and stuff like that, but. I mean, guys were kind of giving me a hard time because I kind of just wanted to score a few more goals with it. I figured I had a lot more if I could score one like that. So I kept on using it. First game I was back, I broke it, and now the guys were giving me a hard time about it.
So where's that stick now, in pieces?
Yeah, you know what? I taped it together and I kept it. I mean, my trainer, I was going to give it to him because I didn't really think it was a big deal, but then he kind of argued with me a bit. But you know, I kept it, and hopefully it'll be a good keepsake maybe when I'm older.
Now, back to the Regina Pats. The club made a few key acquisitions at the trade deadline, picking up Jessie Doan and Matt Robertson. And Robertson's been playing with you since he joined the club. What do these 2 players bring to the team, and what has Robertson been bringing to your line specifically? Yeah,
well, you know, Robertson, you know, he's got an unbelievable shot. He, I mean, every time you find him around the slot, the puck most of the time's going in. He's been playing. Obviously first-line power play, and you know, he's playing with us, and he's getting a lot of ice time, and you know, he's definitely contributing a lot. He's putting the puck in the net, and I think that's what we need him to do. And I mean, he's been a great addition to our line. And Jessie Doan, I mean, the poise that he has with the puck, just waiting guys out, and you know, he thinks to where he's going to pass before he does it, and you know, he's just a good, solid, and he brings a lot of leadership and experience to our team too.
Now the playoff race is really heating up, especially in the Eastern Conference. It's really tight. What do the Pats have to do, you know, to get into the playoffs and then have a good run at it?
Yeah, well, you know, we need to kind of come together as a team here. I mean, we've had a lot of guys, or new guys added, and a lot of guys gone for different things, and you know, we haven't been doing too well since it happened. And you know, we need to kind of bring it together as a team. And you know, we've kind of been on a bit of a slide here. We need to you know, try and get some points here in the last 20 games.
Great, thanks for joining us on WHL Web TV One-on-One with Jordan Eberle.